The 2016 MotoGP season has the potential to be one of the most exciting in history. Not only because of the huge talent pool, but also because one of the biggest technical rule changes in the history of racing has come into effect. The tyres have changed and the bikes have all been brought under the same technical regulations, meaning that racing could be a lot closer. Let's find out more about these changes from race director Mike Webb.
Normally the changes, especially technically, are very gradual, step by step, one thing at a time. As it happens, we're implementing this year changes that have been agreed for a long time to get finally back to one set of technical rules for everybody, everyone basically using the same bikes, and at the same time Michelin has come as our official tyre supplier. So two big changes both at the same time. The Michelin tyres are a different character to the previous ones, and the riders are learning that, and that's in braking and acceleration, corner speed, that will be one of the bigger changes. Compared to the previous years, we previously had different fuel capacities, different numbers of engines, different electronic software for the factory bikes compared to the privateer bikes to try and even them up. Now, everyone's under the same set of rules. We've been working towards this goal for some time. Everyone has the same electronic hardware and software. Everyone has the same fuel capacity. Everyone's using the same tyres. There are no different tyres for different categories. So now the only difference in technical regulations is slightly more engines and slightly more testing for the new entrants and the factories that haven't scored success in MotoGP in the past. This means specifically it's Aprilia as a new entrant and Suzuki, who's a new entrant. They've been here for a couple of years, but they haven't scored the required number of podiums to take away the concessions. So Suzuki and Aprilia get extra engines and extra testing with their factory riders. The standard rules are now 7 engines per rider per year, and they're homologated. The engines are sealed, they're not allowed to be developed during the year. So the specification they start with is what they do all year. For the factories with concessions, they get 7 engines, 2 extra, and they're allowed to do development during the year. The specification is not frozen, so they can develop and try to catch up with the other factories. They can also do their testing with their factory riders. They're not limited to test riders only. The engines thing is done for the year because it's just plain engineering and logistics. You can't change the number of engines they're going to use halfway through the year because it's all planned from the beginning. What can change immediately, as soon as they have success, is the testing stops with their factory riders. So then they're limited to the testing to the same as the other factories. The fuel is something they've learned how to manage quite well over the years. Tyres are the same for everyone, but the electronics, that's a big step different to what they've been doing in the past, and some factories are a little bit further ahead in understanding how to use the spec electronics than others, so there'll be quite some difference based on that. There's no doubt that there's more rider involvement, and it was our target to not take away all the rider aids, but to make it so that the rider has more of an input into what's going on. They have to be much more careful with throttle control, braking, all of those sort of things. So you'll see more obvious that the rider's controlling the bike. Closer racing, difficult to say, because the good guys are still going to be the fast guys. It's the same, but the differences between them, perhaps some of the more experienced riders will know better how to handle this lesser software, less intervention from the software.